What makes bank CD rates so low? Imagine saving your money in a safe place and earning a little extra each year. That's what a certificate of deposit is all about. But you might notice that the interest rates on these accounts are often quite low. So, what's behind that? Let's break it down. Bank certificate of deposit rates are closely connected to the overall interest rate environment set by the Federal Reserve. When the Federal Reserve lowers its benchmark interest rate, banks and credit unions tend to lower the rates they pay on certificates of deposit. This is because the cost for banks to borrow money from each other decreases, so they don't need to offer high rates to attract deposits. When the Federal Reserve raises rates, CD rates usually go up too. Right now, the Federal Reserve has kept interest rates relatively low after lowering them from recent highs. This means banks are offering lower rates on certificates of deposit, often around 4% or less. Banks use certificates of deposit as a steady way to get money they can lend out later. But they also have to balance how much they pay on these accounts with other ways they raise money, like through loans or savings accounts. Larger banks often have many ways to make money, so they might offer lower CD rates. Smaller banks or credit unions might try to attract more deposits by offering slightly higher rates. The shape of the yield curve also plays a role. If short-term interest rates are higher than long-term rates, it can signal economic uncertainty. This can cause banks to offer higher rates on short-term certificates of deposit and lower rates on longer-term ones. Banks also set rates based on how competitive they want to be and how much interest rate risk they can handle. Offering too high a rate might attract too many deposits, which could be hard to lend profitably. If they set rates too low, customers might look elsewhere for better returns. Regulations and deposit insurance also influence rates. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation insures deposits up to a certain limit, which makes certificates of deposit a safe choice. This security can influence how banks price their deposit products. In the end, the main reason CD rates are low is because they follow the Federal Reserve's interest rate policies and the overall economic environment. If you want higher rates, smaller banks or credit unions sometimes offer better deals to attract new customers. But remember, all these rates are tied to the broader economic picture, which is why they tend to stay low when the economy is slow or when interest rates are low.